Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Toyin, and thank you once again for joining our live. This is Nexi Concept Limited, and we are here to, talk and give you more information as regards a particular topic this morning. I'm sure everyone will be so much interested in all of this. By the time we are done, hopefully you would have actually been able to choose a career option, hopefully. So thank you everyone for joining. I can see people joining. Thank you. I can't pronounce this name anyway, so thank you for joining. Thank you. So like I said, we are just going to be talking about a very important topic this morning. Very important topic. So it has to do with choice of career. It has to do with if you're thinking of traveling abroad, if you're thinking of studying abroad, and you want to choose a specific career that is selling, or that a career with prospect. So obviously this is the best place for you to be. You are in the right place. So I can see people dropping questions already. I know I'm going to answer all questions. So just drop your questions. Then after the live, I will just go through it and I can answer some of the questions. Then, if time do not permit us, then we can talk further on probably WhatsApp chat or calls. So thank you so much once again. So we actually want to talk about the best career fields, that you can look into if you want to invest, if you want to study abroad. Study abroad is a huge investment, I must say. I mean, you don't need anybody to tell you that. It's something everybody would admit. Study abroad is not hundreds of thousands. Study abroad, it's in millions. So, I'm not talking about the money you pay agents. I'm not talking about the money you pay anybody to assist you for this process. I'm talking about the money invested in the process, the money that goes to the embassy, the money that goes into other things, putting documentations together. So it's quite a huge investment. So I'm very much aware. Everyone knows this, so you don't need anybody to tell you that. So you're thinking about going to the UK, thinking about going to the US, thinking about Australia, Canada. They all have their own financial implications that are not, I would say, not easily, not easy to meet, because obviously it's an investment. When you're making an investment, it's more like a pain because it's huge, that's good. So let's just go straight to the point. So like I said, we want to talk about best career fields that you can look into. Do you want to travel abroad? Do you want to study in the UK? What areas, are making sense? Maybe let me just put it that way. Obviously, I want you to note that if we are talking about career fields, all courses, all career fields are important, but specifically for some countries, they have directions. So that's exactly what we want to point out. So I'm not saying, take for instance, an accountant or take for instance, someone who studied, anything in general sciences. I'm not saying it's not important, or I'm not saying maybe history or literature studies or theater arts or painting, artwork. So there's so many career fields, but we want to give you a direction as to each countries. What are their directions? What are they looking for? So what specific areas are they looking for, basically? So if you know all of this, then you'll be able to make informed decision. You'll be able to make a right decision and know, a course you can invest on, a course that you are assured of. I've seen, because I've actually come across many questions from different people saying, I know UK, I don't want to go to the UK and just do anyhow course, and at the end of the day I will come back to my country. I understand where you're coming from for saying that. Yes, it's quite clear. So that's why we are having this particular live today, to shed more light on where exactly, what areas are important. Where should you be looking at when it comes to, choosing a career, choosing a course to invest on. Okay, so we are going to be considering it, looking at interchangeably, one country to another, from Canada to UK, from UK to US, from US to Ireland. So, and we look at the opportunities involved. So this is it. It's straightforward. When you're looking at a country like UK, obviously, you should know anything that has to do with health is very, very important. Anything that has to do with health. So, all because the pandemic actually gave more opportunities to, anybody looking at, anybody in health category. So you have more opportunities to quickly, how will I say it now? To quickly have more opportunities, than any other career. So what I'm saying is, you're looking at courses like adult nursing. Yes, adult nursing is a very fantastic program that you can go in for, when it comes to the UK. It's a course after 1 or 2 years you're done, you can easily get opportunities like work opportunities, placement that can also make you get work faster, and you can have placement even with NHS. So this particular course is quite very, very important to the UK economy, because they actually need more nurses. They actually need more health workers. So anybody who have studied something around, healthcare management, leadership in healthcare, nursing, adult nursing, mental health nursing, courses like psychology or psychology conversions to, medicine, you don't even, this is I want to tell you how important these particular courses are when you study them in the UK. I mean, if, let's say, as a medical doctor or a nurse, you don't even, sometimes, if you have the funds and if you know the process, you don't even need to go ahead and study. Though study makes things much more faster, because you will be in that country and you'll be able to quickly access, these opportunities. But I'm saying, even outside UK, you can apply. I've had people, friends, family that are doctors and nurses. So they just need to do PLAB 1, PLAB 2. That's for doctors. For nurses, they just need to write the test of English. They also have some tests they need to go through. And once they pass this, as a matter of fact, they easily get jobs. They easily get jobs. It's so easy for them like that. For doctors, once you pass PLAB 1, PLAB 2, you have offers coming, waiting for you. So this is how important courses like medicine, nursing, any healthcare, courses can be when it comes to the UK. It's very, very important. Although not only in the UK. So you have other, like in Canada, also in the US, is quite important, but we're going to talk about that later. So how do you access this? How do you access this option? Like, I know I've had questions like, I studied history and I want adult nursing. Oh, I studied microbiology, I want adult nursing. I studied biochemistry, I studied chemistry, different backgrounds, different courses, they want what's it called? Adult nursing. Yes, to some extent it's very, very possible, and to a very large extent it may be very hard to access it. Now, this is the indices. Now, people within science background, like say you studied physiotherapy, say you studied microbiology, you studied biochemistry, and anything within health and sciences specifically, not outside sciences, you have an upper hand there with your background, first of all. Then, if you can also claim you have an experience within, health sector, or you have, let's say, in your church, you handle young ones. Maybe you are what's it called now? Children leader, and you handle children, you handle people, basically groups, you lead them. So these are the things you can actually use in claiming points, in claiming, in gaining more requirements, for you to meet that particular course. So take for instance, someone who studied history. So if you studied history for your BSc, that means you don't have science background, and you obviously your what's it called, WAEC would be art courses, obviously, or commercial courses, basically. So except you wrote sciences in your WAEC. So like I said, it's also very important that not just having maybe a background, a degree in sciences. Also, your WAEC is also very, very important. I'm talking about when you wrote something like chemistry, physics, obviously math and English, and other science courses. So like you need to have at least nothing less than C4 and above, including math and English. So I'm specifically talking about adult nursing now. So I'm not generalizing it into other maybe healthcare management programs. So the requirement for that can be reasonable sometimes, or can be kind of flexible. But when it comes to adult nursing, it's actually very strict, because you need to have this requirement. Because if you do not have this requirement, it may possibly be very hard for you to get this option. So that is one thing you need to understand. And you see many schools asking for maybe 2,000 hours experience. So they are meaning to say something like, if you have up to 1 to 2 years experience within this area that I've been talking about. Now I've been talking about maybe in health sector, you've had maybe as a nursing aide, or maybe as a healthcare assistant, maybe any job role within that sector. So it makes sense for them, for that kind of application into adult nursing program. So if you do not have it, obviously you stand a very low chances of getting this option. Very, very low. I wouldn't lie to you, because obviously they are going to go through what's called the interview. So, and during the interview, they will be asking you several questions around these things. So you must be able to present that work experience. You must be able to present that science background. You must be able to present that passion. You must be able to present that interest. These are very, very important. So I think you should note it. If you're looking at MSc Adult Nursing in the UK, you must be able to present a science background, preferably. Yes, preferably. I'm not saying other backgrounds cannot try. You can possibly try. Maybe if you are given a chance and you get to the stage of interview, then you should be able to explain. If you're able to trash out one or two questions and you know actually what you want, you know actually what you're going for, obviously you may stand, a chance of being admitted. But I'm saying these are the most preferred background. Science background, for your degree. Science background for your O-level, WAEC, NECO, or any other O-level results. Science background, nothing less than C4 in those science courses, science subjects, including maths and English. Then work experience, so that cut across healthcare sector or managing people or in church, in offices. So you can actually know how to write that to present, to meet the requirements. There are ways you can draft that. So if you need a direction on how to do that, that's not a problem. We can always give you hints on how to draft that. So that's for adult nursing specifically. So you should consider those four things. The bachelor's background must be sciences, preferably. Your O-level results, sciences, preferably. Your experience, yes, experience in healthcare and managing people. And lastly, at least you must have nothing less than, though depending on different schools, some schools will say 1,000 hours, while some schools will say 3,000 hours. So some schools will say a volunteer work will do, So that's that for adult nursing. And like I said, this is a very good career option when you are looking at going to places like Canada, going to places like UK, going to places like US, going to places like Australia, because they are actually always looking for them. Always. I mean, even immediately after the pandemic, the opportunities became so enormous. The opportunities became numerous that you get into the line, you get the opportunities. So that's how important it is, when it comes to that adult nursing option. So let me quickly talk about courses like social work as well. Social work is another fantastic career, field. So social work is also kind of not flexible like adult nursing. Yes, if you're looking at, as a matter of fact, social workers are more paid than nurses. I mean, a social worker are more paid. I'm talking about the professional social workers, anyways. So I'm not talking about carer. So there is carer. I'm talking about social work. You studied social work as you, for your MSc program, and you'll be practicing. Obviously, they are more paid than nurses. So there are more opportunities also for them, both in the UK, in the US, in Canada as well, across these countries we are talking about. So in terms of the, the requirement, it is also very, very a bit strict, a bit stricter. Really, I need to say that, a bit stricter. Yeah. The last thing I forgot to say when I was talking about adult nursing is the fact that this space is usually limited. So because you have more applications coming in for this particular type of course, so and the space, for the intake might be very, very limited. What am I saying in essence is, let's say for September 2021 intake, they only have just maybe 20 space for people all over the world. 20 space for people coming to study adult nursing. And once the space is filled up, obviously they won't be accepting applications into adult nursing programs anymore. So that's why you see adult nursing programs usually close early. I mean, like for Birmingham City University, the intake for September 2021 actually closed earlier, I think around January to February this year. So the application has been opened since last year, September. So people who are actually interested, who really want this, have started applying since September last year. So the application actually closed up around January, February this year. So that's how important adult nursing is. That's how competitive it is. So if you are thinking about, you're looking at this particular area, so you need to prepare for it. That's the essence of this particular talk. So you need to prepare for it as fast as possible. So it's not just enough to say, oh, I want adult nursing, I want to go to the UK for and get settled. I want to study course like adult nursing because it gives you the opportunity to quickly settle and probably get your permanent residence as fast as possible because you can easily get jobs. So it's not enough to just say that. It's for you to start planning. That's the point. It's for you to start planning. It's for you to start preparing. It's for you to take actions quickly if you have those requirements I talked about. So that is that. So I was talking about social work. So social work, like I said, is just like adult nursing, and like I said, is more paid. Like they get more paid than adult nursing. So if you're within, say, sociology, you're within psychology, courses around humanity. Yes, courses around humanity make sense for social work. So if you're also from health background, maybe your bachelor's degree is from health background, is also very much accepted. So if you're from humanity, psychology, sociology, and all of these courses, you stand a very, very big chance of being accepted. So they also need, the passion. They also need the experience, in these areas. So not just the passion alone, not just the interest alone, not just the background alone. So they also, need the experience in this area. So you need to have experience. You need to be able to present it. You need to be able to express the experience because you are going to also go through an interview. So these courses, has an interview stage. So it's not just a random course, that you just apply and you wait for the offer. No, this course actually has step-by-step process. So that is very, very key. And that's why I would always say get prepared if you're looking at these courses. So don't just come at I've received several inquiries from people saying, oh, I'm looking at career in adult nursing, I want to go to the UK, I'm looking at social work, and they're just applying now. I mean, September is just less than 2 months away. So which of course most of those applications have been closed since January. So you need to be able to provide some of these documentations to back it up. You need the depending on the school as well. So I think Plymouth University want about 1,500 hours, of experience in something related to social work. So it's quite important, I won't be talking about specific schools here. So because if you're interested, we can look at schools offering these courses and we actually get the specifics. They all have specifics, so we can deal with the specifics individually. That's it. So, but we just quickly want to give you the full details or around what it will take you to actually make a decision on a very fantastic career. If you are considering studying in the UK or US or Canada, Ireland. So that is it. So one more area I would like to talk about is PGCE. Now, PGCE is basically if you're looking at teaching, you're looking at education. Now, when I mean education, I'm not talking about just get an MSc program in education. No. And just an ordinary MSc in education does not qualify you to teach in the UK. What qualifies you to teach in the UK is when you go for PGCE. So there is PGCE primary, there is PGCE secondary. So some schools even list it, maybe PGCE mathematics or PGCE elementary, PGCE secondary, PGCE English, PGCE, they list different courses depending on what you can study. So PGCE qualification is also quite very, very, very not flexible. Let me use that word. So it's not that flexible. I won't say very strict, but I will also say it's not that flexible. So like you need to be able to prove, beyond reasonable doubt that you have experience in teaching, in Nigeria. So it will make sense if you have a license as a teacher and you have a bachelor's degree within education. These are the ideal requirements. So very, 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 very key. And you should know the specific area you are looking at. So some people can actually take young ones, people at the elementary, while some people cannot take people at the elementary. These are the things you are going to come across during the interview. These are how they will know if you're qualified or you are not qualified. So it's very, very important to note all of these things. It's not just enough for you to say, oh, I want to go and do PGC in the UK because of the opportunities that it gives. No, it's all about, oh, I want to, UK, in the UK, PGC graduates actually, they have more opportunities to quickly get jobs and get their permanent residency. So what is involved? So you need to start preparing, you need to apply early, you need to know, you need to be able to meet those requirements. So because you would go through the step-by-step process, you would go through interviews, and they would determine if you're qualified or not. So these are the things you need to consider. So I've mentioned adult nursing, so not just adult nursing, general nursing is also, I'm just using the word adult nursing because I know many people have been talking to me about adult nursing. So we have other specializations in adult nursing, mental health nursing, other specifications. It's also very fantastic. So not just adult nursing alone, even general nurses. So because it comes with pre-registration. So you can easily register with NMC. And you can easily get placement with NHS. So that's the opportunities are available for this, career fields. Just like social work too. I've mentioned that. I've mentioned PGCE. Now let's go to IT, information technology. This is a fast rising career, field. IT, information technology, very fantastic. Everything is there's a big paradigm shift now. Everything is going IT. Almost everything. Even healthcare is going IT. So that's how IT is becoming even more important every day. Every blessed day is becoming more important, and that's why IT experts are more needed in different places. So you look at courses like artificial intelligence, has to do with robotics. You look at courses like cyber security. You look at courses like network and network security system. You look at courses like computational. I've forgotten the full description of that course. So anything within IT is actually selling. Trust me, in all of these places, anything within IT is selling. I was actually talking to someone in Canada yesterday night, and he was telling me that I've forgotten the job role now. So the person earns as cool as 100 Canadian dollars per annum. That's fantastic. Nurses don't even earn, as good as that. Trust me, nurses don't earn as good as that. So I'm talking about in the UK anyways. But in Canada, somebody earning 100k CAD, Canadian dollars. So it's telling you how acceptable IT is becoming and how important IT is becoming. Now, let's talk about the requirements. If you're looking at IT, I think some of the schools in the UK are quite flexible when it comes to the requirements, while some are not that flexible. Some needs a background from computer science, IT related, courses. While some schools do not mind. I've done one application for a student, I think at Salford University. So the student is looking at cyber security, and student study something around accounting. Yes, accounting. And the student was offered, the admission, basically. So we were able to put these documentations together, and the student actually got the offer. So some schools are quite strict, and some schools are not that strict. So one other ways you can meet the requirements is when you do certifications in IT, even though your background is quite different from IT, even you're coming from a non-IT background. Do certifications, HTML, codings, basically. Do, any certifications you can lay your hands on, even other courses online. You can use this as supporting documents for you to apply and get, offers in the IT area. So it's also a very fantastic option when you look at IT. IT is also very good in anywhere. I'm talking about UK, Canada, Australia, Ireland, US. So it's a career field to reckon with. Trust me, it's a career field to reckon with, and they even earn more than some of these courses I've been talking about. So IT expert earn more than all of this social worker, adult nursing, all of these courses I've mentioned since, all of these areas I've mentioned since morning. So they earn more. So if you're looking at IT, start preparing, start putting your documentations together, do courses. If you don't have, I'm talking about people who do not have background in IT. So, but if you have background in IT, obviously it's acceptable, without stress. So if you have computer science degree, if you have information systems, all of those IT related courses, if that's what you study for your degree, you can easily get any course, within IT in the UK and other countries. But if you do not have this background, then you need to start preparing, you need to start going for certifications, you need to start studying online as anything that has to relate with IT. So basically, I am not going to talk about all, options today, obviously, because time will not permit me to do all of that. So, but you can always chat me up, because we are doing this for you to be able to know courses or career fields that will be the best, option for you if you are looking at studying abroad. If you quickly want to settle down. That's the reason why we're actually live this particular afternoon. So with this information, you are more equipped to make informed decisions. And if you need more, guidance as to what your degree can get you to easily get a particular course that can make you settle down in any of these countries, then we can, our consultation is very free, so it's not charged. So you can easily chat me online. You can chat me on my WhatsApp. So my WhatsApp is 080944022211. So you can easily drop a chat and we can talk, and I can give you one or two suggestions and some career advice, for the best option for you. So I will just go straight to answer one or two questions. And every other questions, we can take it up, on WhatsApp. So this person said, I'm struggling to write my personal statement. Okay, if you are struggling to write your personal statement, just chat me up. This is my number. I'm dropping it right away. It's 080944022211. So that is my number. So you can chat me up. We can assist you, put you, through, give you, our advice on how to write it, know the course you are going for, and help you format it. Even though you've written a rough work, we can actually assist you through that process. Personal statement is can be daunting sometimes. So depending on the kind of course you are going for. So we are here. Just chat me up and we can talk better on that. So I don't have sufficient work experience. How do I get a work reference letter? So I will need to know exactly what you want to study. So I will need to know the decision you are making as to what course. So if I don't know, so I won't be able to give you more information on how to get a work reference letter. So please, Ninta, please chat me up on my WhatsApp. It's already on the chat. So just chat me up and let me get a clear question as regards that, so that I'll be able to assist you. Okay, let me go to the next question. Let me go to the next question here. So how long does it take to get CAS after deposit payment? So it depends on the school though. So I really need to know the school you're talking about. So I need to know the school that gave you the offer, so that I'll be able to advise you as to when you should be expecting your CAS, or what you need to provide to get your CAS. Thank you for that. You can chat me up. My number is already there as well. How much will it cost to study for MSc in Canada? Now, this also varies, from school to school. So, Canadian dollar is very low to US dollar. So it's not quite daunting, not killing like pounds and dollars. Trust me, US dollars. So you won't expect too much when it comes to some public university. Like Newfoundland is just around, I think, 8,000 Canadian dollars per year. So masters is always 2 years in Canada. So, and you have some schools that are quite also very expensive. They have Windsor. University of Windsor is 2 years about 30,000 or 35,000 Canadian dollars for the 2 years program. So we have University of Canada West is also around 39,000 plus Canadian dollars. So it depends on the school you're going to. So let me quickly go to the next question. I have bachelor's degree in physics. Can I go for MSc in computer science or IT? Yes, you can. Trust me, you can. So like I said, it depends on the school. So we'll be able to get you the right school to make the applications, able to get you the right documentations around it. Like I said, when I was talking, I told you, I said you should probably start going for online courses, IT courses online. So you should get some certifications. This can back up your application and you would get it. So like I said, we have someone who studied accounting and we got cybersecurity for the person. So it's very, very possible to get an offer with it. Okay, I'm getting signal that I need to go, but is it possible for embassy not to give student visa even after paying the tuition? Yes, it's very, very possible. It's very, very possible, not to get your visa approved even after you pay your tuition in full, not even only deposit. You can pay in full, and I'm talking about UK now. You can pay in full and still get your visa, denied. So it's your payments do not guarantee your visa. So, but largely, student permit is very, very strong. So the approval, the success rate is very strong. I'm talking about almost 99%. So there are indices, for you to meet. It is not just paying tuition deposit. Tuition deposit is one of those indices. Like student permit, when it comes to the UK, is point-based system. It is point-based system. So like you need to meet your proof of funds requirements. You need to meet tuition deposit requirements. You need to meet other requirements as well for you to be able to get an assurance of getting a good percentage of visa approval. So it's not ultimate at the same time, because we do not approve visas. So, and they are not saying automatically that you pay your visa, you pay your tuition in full or you pay in deposit is an approval. That's not the message. But make sure you meet all those requirements that I stated. Get your CAS, you earn a point for CAS. Your proof of funds, you earn a point for proof of funds. And maybe other things, you earn points and you get your visa. Is much more on a very high success rate than other visas. So what of someone who read food science and technology and wants to go for nursing? Sorry, I didn't get the question properly. So yes, food science and technology. I'm sure this person is asking if that person can go for nursing. Obviously, you are within sciences, so you can actually go for nursing. So it's just for us to put 1 or 2 documentations together, look at your WAEC result and see what your grades are, then advise you, and look at some schools that would easily accept, what you have. So there's every possibility. As a matter of fact, we've gotten an admission for somebody who studied food science and technology, and the person is going for adult nursing. So it's very, very, very much possible. So I will just stop answering questions at this point. So if you have more questions, please just chat me up. We can talk more, take it further, and we can get, everything sorted for you. Thank you one more time for joining our live, and we really appreciate you for taking out your time to join us, and hopefully next time you'll be joining us once again to get more powerful packed information. Thank you once again. Do have a great day. Bye.